Today's project is going to be one of my favorite brands, the Norland. The thing that I'm frustrated about is I can't tell what model this is. I've not been able to figure that out. I'll show you here a couple of things. First of all, this is the splitter, and the splitter is at least 4.5 to 5 pounds, so it's not that one. This one here is the camper axe. It is 2.5 pounds, and it is not as big as this one here. And this one here is the Canadian model, and it is 2 pounds. So we have a 2-pound Canadian, a 2.5 pound camper, and the cabin axe has phantom bevels. I don't have a cabin axe, but the cabin axe has phantom bevels here, and it is a 3.5 pound, and this one is only 3. So we've got a 2, 2.5, a 3. The cabin axe is 3.5, and this splitter axe is all of 4.5 to 5 pounds. I think this one was 4 3/4. So I'm really frustrated about not being able to tell what model this is, although it is a genuine Norland. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pop out this eye and go ahead and start cleaning it up and get a handle on it. All right, here's our drifting block, and we can take and put that there. Here's our drift. Let's see if this won't pound out. Well guys, the other day I was on eBay and I saw this axe head. I put in a bid and I won. It's a genuine Norland. So I thought, let's take some time and make a handle for it. I could not find a 28-inch handle, which is what I wanted to put on this. This is a 3-pound head. And so I don't want to go too short, but I don't think it needs a 36-inch handle either. So I thought 28-inch would be pretty good. So I found a nice piece of hickory here in my stash, and I've drawn my pattern on there. Let's go and cut that off, cut that out. Love it, guys. Just makes me smile. Well, guys, this axe has been in really good condition, but this bit, somebody did something to it. I don't know, but we do need to try to clean that up just a little bit. So let's go ahead and put an edge on it. Well, that turned out nice and sharp. That is great. Larger axes really don't need to be that sharp, but it sure is fun to do. Norland axes really weren't sought out by the Forest Service much because they tended to be on the lighter side. Forest Service axes were between 3.5 to 5 pounds, and most of the Norlands were sportsman's axes, so they were a little bit lighter, and so they weren't so prolific within the Forest Service, but among sportsmen they were very popular, and they are a good quality axe. You'll notice that I didn't grind back or file back very far on the end of this because by nature, Norlands have a very thin bit, and so they bite really well. What's neat is their eyes are nice and wide, so once you get down here, it will split. But they're good for cutting, they're good for smaller tasks around the property, around the campsite, and things like that. So that's why I didn't come back very far on sharpening that, and you really don't need to. So anyways, let's take and give this a little bit more oil, the eye, and we'll get this wrapped up. Well guys, I think we're about ready to call this done. You know when you've got your eye saturated well enough when the oil is still sitting there and it's not absorbing anymore. So we'll wipe that off, clean this up, bring you down here on the bench, take a closer look. So guys, here we got it all finished up. Got the handle made. Grain orientation is excellent. Guess I should have taken that burn off. I didn't realize that was there. I might go take that off on the sander. But the grain orientation is great. I don't know if you can notice, but you can see the grain goes all the way up through this handle. Love how this thing turned out. It's nice and strong and yet thin. I wouldn't call it delicate, but it is very comfortable in the hands. This is a really nice little axe, and I am so thrilled to be able to add it to the collection. Norland is my favorite brand, and so whenever I find them for a decent price, I do my best to pick them up. And this one here I was able to get on eBay, and so we've got it now to add to the wall. Another fun project, all finished up, turned out wonderfully, at least in my estimation. So I appreciate you guys coming by here and visiting me here in the shop. We've got a place for it here on the wall. Actually, I'm going to take down my plumb because if I'm going to use an axe, a single bit on the property, I usually use this one. And so I'm going to take the plumb down and I'll keep it for my personal use, but I'm going to put this one up there and give it a home there on the wall. We'll be able to display it proudly with the rest of them. So I do have, let me see if I can show you here. We have now in the collection, I have this splitting axe. That's a Norland splitting axe. And then we have this, which is the I'm not sure of this model. That's right, I mentioned that before. I'm not sure about that model. These two here are the Canadian, and this one over here is the camper axe, this one right down here. So I'm continually looking for axes to add to the Norland family, but for right now that's what we've got to work with. They are a lot of fun to do. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up, share this content with others that you may think and will enjoy it. And guys, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell notification there. That way you'll know when we're going to have something up on the channel. Come visit regularly. It's great to have you here in the shop. Have yourself a great day, and God bless.